In our previous video, we took a look at how we could graph exponential graphs. This video is going to take a look at how we can graph logarithmic graphs, following much the same strategy of plugging in values for x. Now, generally, if we're graphing the equation y equals log base b of x, and if we want to graph it, some key points that will show up on the graph are at 1, 0, because b to the 0 power is 1. The other key point that you're going to see a lot of the times is b, 1, because if y is equal to 1, b to the first power just equals x. And so we end up with this graph that starts off coming straight up, and then it's going to level off and bend off to the right. So let's take a look at a couple examples where we graph these. Let's graph y equals log base 10 of x. And the nice part about log base 10 of x is we can put that into our calculator. So we can pick some values for x and calculate what y would be equal to. If I put negatives in, even if I put 0 in, when you do log base 10 of -1 or log base 10 of 0, your calculator is going to give you an error because it does not exist. There is no value for negative numbers or zeros inside a log. So we really have to start at 1 and maybe count up to 3. If we plug in 1, log base 10 of 1 is 0. Log base 10 of 2 is 0.3. And log base 10 of 3 is 0.5. And so if we want to do this graph, we'll find 0, 1, 2, and 3. Maybe 1, 2, and 1, 2. We're going to end up with points on our graph at 1, 0, at 2, 0.3, at 3, 0.5, and those are all rounded. But you start to see that it's going to come in really sharp, and as it hits 1, it's going to bend and come more shallow. And so that ends up being the graph of log base 10. What if we change the base, though? What if we make it log base e, or the natural log of x? Well, let's do that again. X's and y's. This time we know we don't need to do negatives or zeros, but maybe we should do 1/2, or 1, or 4. If I plug those into my calculator, the natural log of 1/2 is going to be -0.7. The natural log of 1 is 0, and the natural log of 4 will be 1.4 off our calculator. So when we go to graph this, we'll go up a little bit bigger. At 1/2, we go to -0.7. At 1, we go to 0. And then at 4, we're going to make it up to 1.4. And again, you see that same similar shape that starts coming in steep and bends off and levels off as it gets bigger. So that's how we're going to graph these exponential and logarithmic graphs for now. We're going to plug in values for x and y and then connect the dots off those key points. Take a look at the assignment to practice some of those, and let your instructor know if you have any questions.